Hi everybody, this is Yosarin from BoyMeetsPhone.com. What I have here today is the LG Motion 4G. This is one of the newest 4G devices to hit MetroPCS. Taking a hardware tour. Up front we have a 3.5-inch IPS display. This is at a resolution of 480 by 320, so that's HVGA resolution. Above the display we have an earpiece grill that blends in nicely with the silver outline around the display. There's also a proximity sensor. There's no ambient light sensor, so the backlight will be user controllable. Right here we have a VGA front-facing camera. Below the display we have 3 capacitive buttons for back, home, and menu. This isn't the normal button array you would find on an ice cream sandwich device. Normally it would be back, home, and multitasking. For multitasking, what you do is press and hold the home button and it brings up the multitasking menu. And right here, you can see that little notch right there, is the microphone. On the left side we have the volume rocker, which is nice, doesn't stick out too far, easy to find by simply gliding your hand around the side, and offers good feedback. And we also have the micro USB port right there. Up top we have the 3.5mm headphone jack and a power and screen lock button, which is fairly flush. It's at a nice angle, so it sticks out a little bit out more at the back than on the top. So it does offer good feedback and it is easy to touch, and I haven't found myself accidentally hitting the power button. There is nothing on the right side, and there is nothing on the bottom except the notch to take off the back. The back we have the speaker grill right here. And we also have the 5-megapixel autofocus camera and a single LED flash. The back is nicely textured, making it feel good in hand and helping improve the grip and when you're holding it, but it does attract fingerprints. Removing the back, see the phone's 1700 milliamp hour battery. And right here is the micro SD card slot. It does not ship with a micro SD card. Overall, I have to say I really like the design of this device. It's really small, really compact, but really elegant looking. It has this nice glossy piano black bezel, and nice silver accents. Overall, this is a very solid and very elegant feeling and looking device. Like I said, the LG Motion 4G has a HVGA display, so that's 480 by 320, and it's 3.5 inches, so this is by no means the biggest and baddest display out there. However, despite the fact that you're dealing with a relatively low pixel phone and a relatively small screen, the panel on this is really nice. The panel produces really nice vivid colors and holds colors at angles really nice, and is good for outdoor visibility. I haven't had any issues seeing this device outside. The LG Motion 4G is running Android 4.0.4 Ice Cream Sandwich, so this is the latest version of Ice Cream Sandwich. It has a LG UI over it, so you're not going to notice much of Ice Cream Sandwich on it, except for some of the core features of the OS. As you can see, I have several home panels up right now. To get an overview of all the panels, you pinch N. It shows you all the panels that you have up. You can add panels from here, get rid of panels from here, rearrange them. You can also set which one's going to be your default home panel. So say I want, and now I'm going to jump to there every time I hit home. When you reach the end of the screen, it does this stretching animation, which is kind of cute. Pulling down the notification drop down, you see that we have these settings up top, which allows you to toggle these different features. You can change what the settings are up there by hitting edit. You can either rearrange which order they're in, or you can hit plus and add different settings, so it allows you to decide which ones you're going to need the most, so it adds a level of customization, which is nice to see. Back out. You can also jump into your general settings by tapping there. And when you have a notification, you can either tap it to open it, drag it to dismiss it, or just hit the X and it will dismiss all the notifications that you have there and pull back up the notification drop down. Pressing and holding on the screen will bring you into a customization menu which shows you all of your available panels. Unlike on a stock ice cream sandwich device, normally if you press in on that on an ice cream sandwich, so anything running stock ice cream sandwich, it just shows you the wallpaper options. So you have the options of adding app shortcuts to all your apps, the apps that you downloaded, your widgets, so you can add your widgets to the screen from here. Press and hold. And also you can change your wallpaper from here. So it's nice that they allow you to do that. Tap back in here. I'm going to open the app drawer. The app drawer is divided by all of your apps, the apps that you downloaded, and your widgets. Tapping right here will allow you to create folders by going like this, drag, drop. There we have folders. You can also delete apps that you have that you don't need. So you don't have to jump into the settings or jump into the Android Market, the Google Play Store to delete apps. And jump back out of here. The Motion 4G does have Quick Memo, which Quick Memo allows you to do is take a screenshot and draw on it, so you can save notes on something that you're looking at, or send a note to your friend about something that you see on your phone that you want to share. To access this, by default, it's listed on the settings on top, so you can just tap Quick Memo. And from here you can draw on things and write. Not quite sure why I wrote ha about the time, but to erase you can either erase like this, or if you double tap, you can clear all. If you don't have Quick Memo up there, you don't have to keep that up there, that's going to be totally up to you. There is actually a physical way, using the physical buttons on this device, to launch Quick Memo. You just press and hold the volume rocker, so hold the volume up and volume down buttons simultaneously, and it will jump right into Quick Memo, take a screenshot, and allow you to draw on it. So I like that. There's a lot of customizations available on this device. I'm going to take a look at the lock screen before I show you the next thing. Right now I have a big clock and I have some app shortcuts here. To unlock the device, touch any part of the screen. You don't have to touch the center. You can touch up there, right there. Just touch and drag until you hit the other circle, and it will vibrate and you can open. And the same thing goes for opening one of the shortcuts. Say I want to open camera. It will vibrate slightly, and then I jump into the camera. To change this, hit Menu, go into System Settings. Actually, you can also hit Menu, hit back, and go into Lock Screen Settings. Quicker way to do it. You can change the locking mechanism, so if you can use the facial unlock pattern, you can have none, or you can use the swipe unlock, which is what I have on right now. You can also change the shortcuts by tapping here and selecting which shortcut you want. You can also select none if you want. And you can change how the clock appears, so you can have a smaller clock, big clock like I have, an analog clock. And you have two options with a clock and a calendar. You also have your owner information displayed on the display. As far as the home screen settings, you can change the swiping effect. So you can have it go like that every time you swipe. Show it like a layer. You can have a carousel, panoramic, accordion, breeze, which is what it's set on right now, or just a basic cycle like that. So you can decide which kind of swiping effects you like the most. Just gonna set it on layers for right now. You can change if the wallpaper scrolls with the screen. You can change the scrolling settings so you can actually not have it stretch when you reach the end. You can have it set to go all the way back around. And you can also change which animations. It's going to show either all animations or no animations. No option for some. And change the wallpaper from here. So now it'll just continue going around in a circle. So there's a lot of customization options on the LG Motion 4G, so that's rather nice to have. Sometimes it can be a bit confusing trying to find everything and seeing all the different things it can do, but in general it's easy to use and it's fun. And it's nice that LG offers you all of these different customization options on this device. As far as connectivity options go on the LG Motion 4G, you have GPS, Bluetooth 4.0, so the latest version of Bluetooth. You also have Wi-Fi 802.11b, G, and N support. There is no NFC on this device. You can use this to communicate with other DLNA enabled devices, so there is DLNA support on it. And it also has access to MetroPCS's 4G LTE network where available. In areas where you do not have 4G LTE coverage, you will fall back on MetroPCS's 2G network. Thankfully, that has not been an issue for me. I have not at any point in time experienced being on their 2G network with this device. As far as data speeds go, on average I was able to get 1.50 megabits per second on the download and 1 megabit per second on the upload. So these aren't the fastest LTE speeds, but the ping time on this device is what makes it feel a little bit faster than it would. What the ping time is the amount of time it takes for it to send out the request and to start receiving the data. They're relatively low on this phone, so it helps give it its little speed boost from when you send out the request and it starts to download the data. So it helps make the device a little bit faster when using the internet. According to both MetroPCS and LG, the LG Motion 4G is powered by a 1.2 GHz dual-core Qualcomm Snapdragon S4 Plus series system on chip. This is the MSN 8960L chipset and consists of a 1.2 GHz dual-core Crate CPU and a Adreno 225 GPU. However, like my last experience with LG, I found out that this information is in fact wrong. As you can see right there, the actual clock speed on the processors is 1.5 gigahertz. So what you really have here is a 1.5 gigahertz dual-core Qualcomm Snapdragon S4 Plus series chipset paired with a Adreno 225 GPU. There is also 1 gig of RAM with 710 megabytes of it available for the user and 5.59 gigabytes of internal storage. You also can put a SD card in it, though it's not shipped with one. What this equals to performance-wise is a very, very fast device. I had zero issues with lag, waiting for things to open. This is a very smooth, very quick device. Very, very nice performance from the LG Motion 4G. As far as battery life goes, I have had no issues with the battery life on this. After my last experience with MetroPCS phone with the LG Connect, I was worried about the battery life on it, but thanks to the fact that they did put a 1700 milliamp hour battery in it, it does last through the whole day with zero issues. On my highest test, I was able to get 1 day and 21 hours out of the battery before it died. So with moderate usage, you shouldn't have an issue getting through the day. Heavy users are of course always going to want to have a charger or extra battery around because, well, they're heavy users. But for average use, this phone will have no issues getting through the day, even with LTE connectivity. Taking a look at the camera interface on the Motion 4G, see that we have an LG camera interface. On this side we have a switch to change from taking still images to video, a on-screen shutter button. The volume rocker also acts as a physical shutter button, so if you want to zoom in, you're going to have to pinch to zoom. Right here is a preview of the last image taken. On the left side we have a switch to change from using the 5 megapixel autofocus camera in the rear to the VGA camera up front. We have voice controls, so it'll allow you to take pictures by saying cheese once activated. So I say cheese right now, it will take an image. You have a time catch shot, which will take 5 shots after you hit the shutter button. So it catches any slight movements and tells you to pick which one is the best shot. It's nice because it does that really quick. It's not like a continuous shot, and I'm not quite sure why they didn't call it continuous shot. They do have a continuous shot mode, but that bumps you down to VGA quality images. As you can see, this will still allow you to take the full 5 megapixel quality images, but does almost the same thing as the continuous shot does. Looking at the shooting modes, you have HDR, which will take 3 images at different exposure levels and combine them, create one picture. It does require you to hold the camera still, hold the phone still while you do that. You have panoramic shot, which does sweeping panoramic, so once you press it, you have to just move it to take a picture. And then you have continuous shot, which will take 6 shots in quick succession. Both continuous shot and panoramic will bump you down to VGA quality images. I'll switch back to normal mode and show you the settings. You can control the flash, either have it off, on, or on auto. Change the brightness. You have several different image size options. Your scene modes. You can switch depending on your scenes. You have your ISO controls, white balance, color effects. There's not many color effects here, but they do have the normal ones. Set timer, turn geo tagging on and off, change the shutter sound, change the review duration, and if you have an SD card in, you can change where your images and videos will be stored. As far as the picture quality goes, I found that it does a good job in general. Sometimes the focus is a little soft, but overall the focus is nice and details are captured pretty good. The flash does a good job at a distance. Close up, it can lead to some washing out, but not as bad as I've seen on other cameras. And it does do a good job at night. Color reproduction is good too. As far as video quality goes, the 5 megapixel camera can capture up to 1080p video, so that's full high def. Unfortunately, you cannot refocus while shooting, so once you have zeroed in on a subject, if they move closer towards you, move further away, you're going to lose focus. It is nice, however, that you can take pictures while recording. So that's a nice little addition to the phone. So while you're recording, see, you can't refocus. It'd have been nice to at least see center refocus, but unfortunately they didn't add that. But you can, like I said, take pictures, which is nice to see. As far as settings go, you control the flash, the video size from high def. Right now I have it on VGA, but you can see that's 720p, and then you have full high def at 1080. Change the white balance, add some color effects, geotag, and also control the audio recording. But overall, I say my main issue with the video is only the fact that you cannot refocus. The frame rates were nice, the audio was good, but I really wish you could refocus while shooting. The LG Motion 4G comes in at under $150 with no contract on MetroPCS. And for that $150, you are getting a phone with a dual-core S4 chipset, a gig of RAM, ice cream sandwich, good battery life, good camera, and arguably one of the best devices currently on MetroPCS's lineup. The one major sacrifice they are asking to make here is the screen size and resolution. At 3.5 inches and having a resolution of 480 by 320, this isn't the highest resolution in the world, but if you're willing to deal with the fact that the screen's on the small side by today's standards, especially with Android, what you are getting is a great device. For the full in-depth review of the LG Motion 4G, head over to the site, boymeetsphone.com. Remember to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it and found it informative, and to also subscribe to the YouTube channel. If you get a chance, head over to Facebook and like the Boy Meets Phone Facebook page. This is Yusaren from boymeetsphone.com. Thanks for watching.